Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said Friday he had a phone call with President Trump, who is in good spirits after testing positive for corona. Mr. McConnell tweeted, "Just finished a great phone call with POTUS. He's in good spirits and we talked business, especially how impressed senators are with the qualifications of Judge Barrett. Full steam ahead with the fair, thorough, timely process that the nominee, the court, and the country deserve." The Kentucky Republican is pushing through Mr. Trump's Supreme Court nominee this month to fill the seat left vacant by the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Judge Amy Coney Barrett, who currently sits on the 7th United States Circuit Court of Appeals, will begin her confirmation hearings October 12. The full Senate is expected to vote on her confirmation by the end of the month, days before the November 3rd. According to White House Chief of Staff, Mr. Meadows told reporters at the White House, "The American people can rest assured that we have a president that is not only on the job but will remain on the job." He also said, "I'm optimistic that we will have a quick and speedy recovery." The President and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for the corona late Thursday night. A senior White House aide, Hope Hicks, tested positive earlier in the week. Mr. Meadows confirmed that the president is experiencing mild symptoms, but wouldn't say whether Mr. Trump is taking hydroxychloroquine, a medication that he took previously as a preventative measure. He said the president is energetic and in good spirits. Mr. Meadows said he spoke with Mr. Trump around 8 a.m., and the president asked about the status of economic and stimulus negotiations with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He said, "His first question to me this morning is, how is the economy doing, how are the stimulus talks?" Mr. Meadows joked that Mr. Trump was likely watching his interview with reporters on TV in the White House residence and critiquing his performance. Mr. Meadows said, "We talked a number of times this morning. I got the 5 or 6 things that he had tasked me to do, like I do every single morning. He is certainly wanting to make sure we stay engaged." Mr. Meadows said he has tested negative, as did senior advisor Jared Kushner, social media director Dan Scavino and several other top presidential aides. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have received an outpouring of well wishes from world leaders after they announced overnight that both had tested positive for corona. Mr. Trump tweeted the diagnosis around midnight local time after learning that Hope Hicks, a senior presidential aide, contracted the novel coronavirus earlier in the week. While speculation mounts about the impact the diagnosis will have on the Trump administration, the White House has said that the Trumps have entered isolation and the president is in the recovery process. Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has kept a close bubble during the pandemic in an effort to reduce the chance of infection, was among the first to send his well wishes to the president. Mr. Putin said in a telegram to Mr. Trump, according to Russia's Interfax news agency, "I am certain that your inherent vitality, good spirits and optimism will help you cope with this dangerous virus." Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted Friday, "My wife Sarah and I are sending our friends President Trump and his first wife, Melania Trump, our best wishes for a speedy and complete recovery." Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted, "Wishing my friend President Donald Trump and FLOTUS a quick recovery and good health." British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who tested positive earlier this year and was hospitalized due to complications from the virus, said, "My best wishes to President Trump and the First Lady. Hope they both have a speedy recovery from corona." Chinese President Xi Jinping has been quiet on the matter since Mr. Trump announced the test results. However, the editor-in-chief of China's Global Times newspaper, which is known as a mouthpiece for the Chinese government, offered a more somber message to the president and said Mr. Trump has paid the price for his gamble to play down the corona. Also, some Democrats figure still quiet about the matter, like the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and some has the same expression as Hu Zijin but the words rephrased differently, like Rashida Tlaib. Hu Zijin tweeted, "The news shows the severity of the U.S. pandemic situation. It will impose a negative impact on the image of Trump and the U.S., and may also negatively affect his re-election." A spokesperson for French President Emmanuel Macron also highlighted Mr. Trump's prior resistance to acknowledge the severity of the virus and told French media, "This demonstrates that the virus spares no one, including those who have shown skepticism. I wish him a swift recovery." A former top campaign staffer to both Hillary Clinton and former President Barack Obama is facing fierce backlash for a tweet wishing death to President Trump, who revealed just hours earlier that he and First Lady Melania Trump had tested positive. Zahra Rahim wrote her 37,000 followers in a now-deleted tweet. "It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the last 4 years, but I hope he dies." She wrote in a subsequent tweet, "I feel free." Read another tweet, which included a selfie of Ms. Rahim smiling and throwing up a peace sign. "This F rules." Her Twitter account was set to private Friday morning. Ms. Rahim previously served as a national spokeswoman for Mrs. Clinton's 2016 campaign and worked for Mr. Obama in the White House and on both of his presidential campaigns. She also worked in top communications roles for Uber and Vogue magazine. First Lady Melania Trump said Friday morning that she is experiencing mild symptoms. Mrs. Trump tweeted shortly after 11 a.m. "Thank you for the love you are sending our way. I have mild symptoms but overall feeling good. I am looking forward to a speedy recovery." Mrs. Trump and President Trump learned late Thursday night that they tested positive. White House aide Hope Hicks contracted the disease earlier in the week. Joseph Biden's presidential campaign is facing a libel lawsuit over an ad that labels Kenosha shooting suspect a white nationalist. Lynn Wood, the attorney for Kyle Rittenhouse, confirmed the lawsuit plans to Fox News. Mr. Wood also wrote in several tweets about the ad, which paints his client as a white supremacist. He falsely accused a 17-year-old boy and prejudiced Kyle's legal rights. The Biden campaign posted a 50-second clip to Twitter, with the caption, "There's no other way to put it. The President of the United States refused to disavow white supremacists on the debate stage last night." About 12 seconds into the clip, the footage cuts to an image of Mr. Rittenhouse. However, no publicly available evidence suggests Mr. Rittenhouse is a white supremacist, and his attorneys have maintained that their client was defending himself when he shot 3 left-wing rioters who came after him. 2 died. The Anti-Defamation League has previously said that Mr. Rittenhouse's social media activity shows no association with extremist groups.